Hi. Excuse the mess of me today. Don't care. So what I was thinking after yesterday's little video about the difference between working between universal energy and spiritual energy, I had a few people reach out and be like, well, when it comes to the mediumship, what are the different clairs that I was talking about? So I'm going to do an overall video of the 8 different clairs now. That'll take a few minutes. And then over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to do like a Fact Friday or something like that. And tell you more in depth about the different clairs. So a bit of background between me and that. I always knew I had some kind of ability because my dreams would come true. My nana was pretty good at it. She just switched it off though because it freaked her out. That's another video. So she knew I had it, and she kind of, as I got to, it was probably around COVID, as I was looking after her, that she started talking to me about it more, and I didn't realize how in depth she actually went with it. And I don't think many people do actually, like in the family and stuff. They knew she had the gift, they just didn't know the extent of it. So she told me I could do it and that I was a healer and all that kind of stuff. So I then thought, well, I was already into tarot and stuff, but I was like, I'm going to see what else I can do. And she basically told me I was a healer. And I was like, I don't know what that means. And then I got told countless times afterwards, you're a healer, you're a healer, you're a healer. And I was like, I don't know how to do that. It wasn't until I moved to America, they were like, oh, you should do Reiki. And I'm like, what's that? And they were like, healing. Can't hold on to this. It's healing. I was like, oh, who'd have thunk it? So anyway, back to the clairs. When I then moved to Chicago and it was COVID, I had no friends, and I was like, what am I going to do with my time? Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll see what this medium stuff's about. So I went online, found a guy, and he basically can tell through your email how good you're going to be at it or how many clairs you're going to have. And apparently having type 1 diabetes as well means that your intuition's more in tune. Also, I don't know how that, I need to do some more research behind that. I don't know how that works either. But he was like 9 times out of 10, if you've got an autoimmune disease, you're going to be pretty intuitive. I'm like, okay, cool. So yeah, there was that. And then when he signed me up, he was like, oh, you've got all 8 clairs. And I was like, there's 8 of them? I thought there was one. I thought it was clairvoyant and you could see him and that was it. And they're like, nope. So just a quick summary about what the 8 are. And I'll just do a quick context. So there's Clairaudience, which is hearing. So I can hear voices sometimes. I'm not schizophrenic, I promise. I don't think. I can hear voices, but it's usually just a whisper. And then, or sometimes I'll hear someone shout my name, or sometimes a lot of people can. You're either going to be clairaudient or clairvoyant. They're the 2 common ones. So yeah, clairaudience, hearing, and that can be anything. Like, it doesn't have to be voices. It can be sounds, anything that spirit's trying to communicate. Basically, there's claircognizance. Cognizance. I can't pronounce half of these things, so they're all on my website. And this is the gift of knowing. So this is kind of like the psychic part. So when people come to me for readings and I'll look at them and I'll be like, oh, I just know this. And they're like, how do you know that? And I'm like, I don't know. Spirit just told me. So that's claircognizance. Cognitive. Think of cognitive, which is all to do with the mind. So I'm going to leave 2 to the end because they're very, very, very similar. Clairgustance is taste. So spirit will make you taste something that is going to communicate across to them. So it's usually like grandparents, because grandkids usually love their grandparents cooking. So I'll be like, I can smell this and it tastes like this. And they're like, oh yeah, that's that. I know that wasn't a great example, but you know what I mean. I can taste stuff. Clairsalience is smelling, so I can usually that'll be to do with perfume or smoke. I get a lot of tobacco coming through, and I'm like, smells like burning. Oh yeah, they died in a house fire. Oh, okay, great. That kind of thing. This was one I can't pronounce. Clairtangency. I always want to say tangency, but there's no N in it. So Clairtangency, which is touch and feel. So this helps me with my Reiki. So if I touch you, I can feel what's wrong with you. If you give me an item of a past loved one, I can feel them through it. So taking me to an antique store is hell, because I'll pick everything up and I'm feeling it all. So I'm like, I just go in there, you know, like when you take your kids and you go, look, don't touch. Yeah, that's what I have to do. Because actually I have a very old typewriter down there, and I have this thing for typewriters. I don't know whether this is a past life thing or what. I love typewriters. I have one very similar to that in the UK in my bedroom as well. And in my bedroom, that one weighs a ton, so I don't touch it very often. The one in my bedroom also weighs a lot, but if I touch it, I can see the woman that used to use it, and I swear it's in World War II, and she was typing like a mofo, but I can picture her. And if I touch it, every time I walk past it in my bedroom, I always give it a tap. Clairvoyance, which is obviously the usual one, that's seeing. So whether you see it in person, see it in your mind's eye, just seeing it. I can picture 99.9% of the time what the spirit is that I'm communicating looks like. So I can picture where they are. I won't always see physical features. I won't see them in person, like stood in front of me, but I know where they're stood because I can feel their energy. And they're putting that image in my head, which will be related to the Claircognizance. So I can see what they look like. And then usually I'll describe them, and then at the end of the reading I'll be like, oh, can you show me a picture? And then I'll look at the picture and be like, yep, that's exactly what I look like. So that's the seeing part. So the last two are Clairempathy, which are emotions, and that's energy around them and emotional experiences. So let me try and get this right in my head, because the other one is Clairsentience. So that's like, it's sensing and understanding emotions in a broader way. So if it's a past loved one, like I get people come to me and their ex-boyfriends or ex-husbands or someone they're no longer with passes away and they come through, I can feel that love. I can feel their emotions towards you. So I did a reading for a son, and his father had passed, but they were estranged. And I had basically said, this man's very fond of you. There wasn't like that. There wasn't like, oh my God, he loves you to death. It was a warmth. So I could feel that. And then how I'm gonna differentiate this for me is Clairsentience is me then feeling, I can feel experiences. So I can feel how they passed away. And then the Clairempathy is more for me in real life and in spirit world, because I can feel how they feel emotionally, but I'm very sensitive to energy in real life as well. So if I walk into a bar, 9 times out of 10 I have to be out within like half an hour, because I'm like I can just feel everybody's energy. I can feel what's going on. I can feel that, and I don't know whether a lot of that is spirit telling me about these different people or what. But how I'm going to differentiate is Clairempathy is me feeling their emotions and feeling the energy in the room and feeling situations and, yeah, let's say auras. Clairsentience for me is feeling experiences. So this will be, okay, I can tell they had a heart attack, or, you know, that's the most unpleasant part for me. Like, it doesn't hurt me, but it'll feel uncomfortable. So, and that's usually the first thing they tell me as well. Like, spirit will come through, like, oh, hey, it's them. Oh, yeah, tell them I died of a heart attack. I'm like, okay, great. So yeah, that's the 8 different Clairs. I know a lot of you didn't think there was that many. So going forward, I'm going to do different videos on each Clair and give you experiences I've had with them as well. And if you guys want to book in for a medium reading, I'm doing them online. So it'll be like FaceTime, and it works I trained on Zoom, so it literally works exactly the same as it would if in person. So yeah, if you got any questions, let me know. And yeah, that's all the Clairs.